Since news of her arrest broke 2 weeks ago, the media have been abuzz with rumors concerning Russian gun rights activist Maria Butina. Butina, a Russian national, was arrested just hours before President Trump met with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Helsinki. And while headlines have been quick to characterize Butina as an alleged spy, RT correspondent Anya Parampil explains that that description is not accurate.
You've probably heard a lot in the media about a woman named Maria Butina.
Accused Russian operative Maria Butina.
Maria Butina, a Russian national who was indicted this week.
Accused Russian secret agent Maria Butina.
We found out about one Russian spy who has been trying to mess with U.S. politics for years.
Now, the red-haired Russian is accused of being a secret foreign agent.
But we just learned about a new Trump campaign-linked Russian spy, Maria Butina.
Calling Butina a spy sure makes the story sexy. However, Butina has not been charged with espionage, nor is she referred to as a spy anywhere in legal documents relating to her case. That fact hasn't stopped the mainstream press from repeating this claim ad nauseum. In reality, on July 17th, Butina was indicted by a federal grand jury on one charge of conspiracy against the United States and one charge of failure to register as an agent of Russia, meaning a more apt description of Butina would be lobbyist. The charges revolve around Butina's time as a graduate student at American University in Washington, D.C., during which she was a vocal supporter of improved U.S.-Russia relations, sometimes hosting parties for American and Russian students to mingle. She also participated in events for the National Rifle Association, as Butina herself is a gun rights activist back home in Russia. The press has described Butina's time spent with the NRA as infiltration. Like a good spy, Butina posted pictures of her mission on social media and blogged about her experiences on LiveJournal. In one post, Butina complained about the NRA's operations, stating the organization is not very democratic. Not a single vote has been observed. Additionally, she criticized the group's lack of diversity, reporting, quote, in addition to problems with democracy, there are obvious problems with the proportionality of representation because for all time, from among the guests and participants in the Congress and exhibition, I met only 2 blacks. During her time in the States, Butina kept in contact with her mentor, Russian banking official Alexander Torshin. Torshin became a subject in the Senate Intelligence Committee's investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 election in January of this year due to his relationship with the NRA. Butina's lawyer, Robert Driscoll, told the media his client cooperated with that investigation. Journalist Alex Rubinstein of Sputnik has attended her court proceedings thus far.
She volunteered to be interviewed for 8 hours before the Senate Intelligence Committee, and she actually provided them with all of her exchanges with Alexander Torshin. She gave them information on who she was receiving funding from, and they were satisfied. Nonetheless, her house was raided by the FBI with guns drawn, and eventually she was arrested.
Now prosecutors working for the DOJ are refusing to turn over discovery in the case, including her testimony to the Senate Intel Committee, until the evidence is under a protective order. In other words, they're gagging Butina's defense team.
It seems that they're afraid of the truth of the evidence coming to light. I mean, it's not very strong evidence. For example, you have text messages sent from, Twitter direct messages sent from Butina to her mentor, Alexander Torshin, who's an official at a Russian bank. And I spoke to John Kiriakou, who was a 15-year CIA officer, and he said, look, spy-to-spy communication is not done over Twitter.
Still, the DOJ indictment of Butina paints her as a cartoonish Russian spy, alleging, for example, that she once offered sex to an American in exchange for a job with an unnamed special interest group, a charge her lawyer denies. The media have done its part to help illustrate the case against her. The Washington Post dug up the fact Butina's cell phone case featured a picture of Putin riding horseback while shirtless. Still, the timing of Butina's arrest appeared political to some, considering the DOJ announced her detainment just hours after Presidents Trump and Putin's joint press conference in Helsinki. The DOJ claims she was arrested because she posed an extreme risk of fleeing. However, when the FBI arrived at her apartment, she was in the process of packing a U-Haul truck so she and her boyfriend could move to South Dakota. Butina is currently being kept in her own cell and unit, meaning she has no interaction with other inmates and faces up to 15 years in prison if convicted. In Washington, Anya Parampil, RT.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.